Hello everyone, welcome back to LeapScholar. My name is Ravjot Kaur. Today I'm going to take another important kind of question, that is discuss both the views and give your opinion. Before I start with this question, I would explain the parameters that are really important. This is not important only for the examiner to review and give you the band scores, but it's really important for student as well to understand what are these four band descriptors are all about and in which category you fall, what band scores you are desiring, and accordingly you start preparing about all these four parameters. So we'll look into these four parameters. And then I'll give you a sample response that will explain the structure of the essay and how to write each and every paragraph. So there is a common structure, irrespective of the question type, that you can follow for any kind of question that comes under task 2 of IELTS. Post that, I'll share few vocabulary words and the sentences that are really important to put in every kind of essay that will make you score 7 and above band scores. Then at the end, I'll give you a practice question that you can attempt, and you can put it in the comment section. What are the vocabulary and the synonyms that you can think of this question? Apart from this, the sample response that I've taken, the topic of this sample response is really interesting, and I'm sure that you might not have much vocabulary and synonyms and the ideas towards this topic. So let's get started. All right, so here I'm going to talk about writing task 2 question. That is the second type of question or the task that you get in writing. So this writing task 2 is for 40 minutes, and I'm discussing one particular type of question in this video. So before I start discussing about that question, I would like to take you through to these band descriptors, that is task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and last is grammatical range and accuracy. So examiner gives you the scores on the basis of these four parameters. He or she evaluates out of 9 bands, and then the total score is calculated. Now you need to check what band scores you fall in and see what band descriptors you need to follow in your writing task. If you're aiming for 6 and above or 7 and above, you should see the category you fall in is here. This is band 7. So if you're aiming for 6 band, that much you have to write. But yes, most of the students are aiming for 7 and above because of the choice of their colleges and university. So you should address all the parts of the task, presents a clear position throughout your response, presents and extends and support main ideas, but there may be tendency. So you need to go through this particular row to get band 7. So it's task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. In task achievement, how much you have achieved, how much you have written or answered the question, that is really important. Your structure, the synchronization comes under this parameter. In coherence and cohesion, you need to write the connectors. And what are connectors you should know? The words like furthermore, moreover, that those words that connect these two sentences. We generally use and to connect. So and is not the only word. Rather, you should think of other vocabulary words and other connectors as well in order to connect the sentences. Other than this, how understandable is your writing for the examiner? It's really important. So that comes under coherence and cohesion. Lexical resource talks about your vocabulary. Not only the simple vocabulary, but how many uncommon words have you used in each paragraph, that is also important. So we are going to talk about it in a while, and I'll show you the highlighted words these words that I highlighted, they are the vocabulary words and the phrases that you can put in your essays. So uncommon words doesn't mean that you're going to use heavy vocabulary in your essays, not required, even if you can think of any synonyms that will work. In the grammatical range and accuracy, not only your grammar with respect to the tenses, but yes, you need to put accurate articles, prepositions, sentence construction should always be there. If you're aiming for 7 and above, more of complex sentences should be put, provided that you are aware what are complex sentences. If you're not aware, I advise you to go through the complex sentences and then start putting it. Instead of writing the wrong sentence or wrong complex sentences, it's advisable to write simple sentences then. So let's take a look on today's topic. Discuss both the views and give your opinion. As a question itself states that you're going to discuss two views and then you're going to give your opinion. So when you're going to give your opinion, you should take a stand on one. So how it goes, we always start writing the essay with the introduction and we end it with the conclusion. So when we are starting with the introduction, we write paraphrasing. So now what is this paraphrasing? So paraphrasing is writing the statement in your own language. You can flip the sentence, write the synonyms, or you read the question, understand and write your own sentences, provided that the meaning should never be changed. The meaning should remain same. That is called paraphrasing. So I believe it's not that difficult, but yes, practice will make you understand what exactly the paraphrasing is. Once the paraphrasing is done, then you write your opinion, since the question is asking about your opinion. So do not forget to write your opinion. If you'll forget, then you might score less in the category of task achievement and task response in the parameters that we just saw. So you need to understand those parameters. That's the reason. So after the introduction is done, we'll move on to body paragraph number 1. That will talk about the first point of view that you're going to discuss. In general, here you're not supposed to write what is your opinion. And then in the next body paragraph, you'll talk about another viewpoint. And then in the next body paragraph, you'll talk about your opinion. So there are 3 body paragraphs, and then you end it with the conclusion. In conclusion, there is no point in explaining anything. So that's why I've explicitly mentioned don't explain anything here, because we've already mentioned the examples and the explanation. We've given that in the body paragraph. So there is no need to write any example or explanation in the conclusion. But you should remember and you should take care this thing, that conclusion should always agree to your point of view. So if you are taking a stand with the first point of view, your conclusion should also agree with that. So let's look at the sample response so that you can understand this particular type of question in a better way. So this is the structure. Talking about the structure of the question, the introduction, how the introduction should be written, how the body paragraphs should be written, how your point of view should be written, and how the conclusion should be written. So that's the pattern I was talking about. Irrespective of the question type, you always start a paragraph with the topic sentence, you explain it further, and then you write an example. So this is a common structure for each and every type of question. The only thing that keeps changing is the number of body paragraphs. If you've seen here, I have mentioned the opinion in a separate body paragraph and the other 2 opinions in the separate body paragraph. So this is not the case with the type of question, do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? So remember the structure, but if I talk about individual body paragraph, that remains the same. We always start with the topic sentence, we explain it, and we give evidence to it. We give reason or example to whatever you have explained. It's mandatory to give it. Okay. In your opinion as well, the structure will remain same. Topic sentence, your stand on the view, and then you write an example. In conclusion, since we are not explaining anything, but we are writing the statement that relates to your opinion, that matches to your opinion. Okay, let's look at the topic that I've taken today. And now I want you to pause the video and write in the comments section that what are the vocabulary that comes to your mind by looking at this topic, space exploration. How many kind of words that you can think of, any synonyms, any vocabulary you can think of, please write it in the comments section. This is a question that I have taken. Some people think that space exploration is a waste of resource, while others think that it is essential for mankind to continue to explore the universe in which we live. Discuss both the views and give your opinion. So in this statement, this is a statement and this is a question. So what are we paraphrasing? We are paraphrasing this statement. This is the statement that we have written. Now, when you're reading the question, read it, understand the meaning of the question, at least highlight the key points. Whether it's computer-based or paper-based, you will be able to highlight the important words. You will get a sheet as well. If you wish to write the important words there, you can certainly go ahead and write it there as well. This is a structure we are going to follow for this type of question. We'll write the introduction, wherein this statement will be paraphrased, and then you write your opinion here. That is called thesis statement as well. In the first body paragraph, we'll write the first viewpoint for those people who think that space exploration is a waste of resource. We shouldn't spend funds or resources or time in the space exploration. And in the second body paragraph, there are people who think that no, it is helpful for mankind. One should spend and explore more in the space. So the positive people are there, and here you can see the negative people are there. If you want to write it in the short form, you can write it, because if you'll read the question repeatedly, you'll waste a lot of time. So it's advisable to write key points, or you can write something in short form so that the topic remains in your mind till the end, till the time you write the conclusion. You shouldn't forget, or the question should not fade away. Okay. So paragraph number 3, you will talk about your opinion, which side you want to take, either positive or negative. That depends on you, your point of view, your understanding towards the topic. But yes, be it positive or negative, do not worry about that the examiner will give you less scores if you will write negative about something, or positive about something if you'll write, the examiner will give you more scores. It's nothing like that. Examiner will give you scores as per the English language you are using, how many different vocabulary, or if you've seen the parameters we just discussed, yeah, based on those parameters, the examiner is going to judge you on the English level skills you have written. So now coming back to the pattern that we were discussing, after your opinion is done, you will write 2 to 3 sentences for conclusion. That is enough, because we are not explaining anything in the conclusion. So that is the pattern we are going to follow for this type of question. Let's look at the sample response. What are the viewpoints of the people and how to paraphrase? Let's start with the introduction. In the introduction, since we are paraphrasing the statement I showed you, so the sample says, it is considered by some that space research involves excessive investment of time and money. However, others argue that. So now the words that I'm highlighting, these highlighted words are the important words that you should consider, and you should use them in your writing, but provided that you should know the meaning of it, because I don't want you to use them in the wrong sentences or in the wrong paragraph, or in any wrong way. You have to use them effectively, and yeah. So yeah, these are the highlighted words that you should consider and you should remember. Maybe you can keep a note of it so that you can use them in the other essays. However, others argue that it is better to explore for the mankind's survival. That's paraphrasing. Then you're going to talk about your thesis statement, which talks about your opinion. What do you think? So you can start writing, in my opinion, or I believe, I'm from the school of thought, anything will do. But yes, you need to mention these words, in my opinion, I believe, or anything you wish to write, so that the examiner will get to know where is your opinion. If you will not write this statement, The examiner will not get to know what is your opinion and which side you wish to take. So, in my opinion, helping the underdeveloped and developing nations is a better idea to use the funds in more effective manner. So, in your point of view, you're going to discuss these things in your paragraph. You'll give examples related to this point of view that you have mentioned in the thesis statement. So, do not contradict. Do not write positive here and then in your paragraph you're writing opposite to what you have written in the introduction. Do not do that. All right. So that is the introduction, which mentioned where you will mention the paraphrasing and your opinion. Why are we writing our opinion? Because it is mentioned in the question, and the question is asking about your opinion. That's the reason we are writing it. Okay. So let's move on to the next paragraph. That's body paragraph number 1. Here you're going to write the first point of view, what people think, those positive people or the negative people, whichever you want to write first, you can do that. That's not a problem. So in this paragraph, it talks about there is a topic statement sentence, of course, that we need to write. Now, the topic sentence says there are many arguments that exploring space demands huge funds and time. Therefore, it should be used to mitigate the woes of people. So there are many arguments. That's a good sentence. Mitigate, woes. These are the vocabulary words that you can use. So whenever you wish to write any vocabulary, it's advisable to find the meaning. Not only the meaning, you should know whether that word is adjective, adverb, noun, pronoun, what exactly that the formation of word is, so that you can use that word properly and you can use it in your speaking, writing, wherever you wish to use it properly. Because you know the definition, you know whether the word is pronoun, noun, adjective, or whatever form it is. So we should be aware about it. Now, once the topic statement is given, we are going to explain this topic statement in detail here. That is called explanation. Developed countries play a vital or pivotal role, that's another synonym, in bringing prosperity among other poor nations, since poor nations have significant complications related to health, employment, and education. Now, what is the supporting example that you wish to give? So this is the example. You can start with the prime example as an example. So I'll give you these words moving further. What are the words that you should use in common in every essay? A prime example is underdeveloped countries that could not provide basic necessities to its citizens like food, shelter, and clothes. Hence, it is necessary to satisfy the primitive needs first. Now, this is a real time example, and you must have seen in various countries that this is taking place. So, this group of people think that money or funds or resources should be spent on such countries, on such underdeveloped or developing countries, instead of wasting money on the space exploration thing. So this is the first body paragraph. You wish to explain, yeah, you can certainly explain, you can write your own point of views as well. But yes, this is the sample response I wanted to show you. So please note down these vocabulary words and the phrases and the important sentences that you can put in. Never memorize anything, even if you are liking any sentence here, or even if you wish to see any 9 or 8 band sample response, never copy paste the sentences. Always write and make your own sentences. Okay, let's move on to the next body paragraph. That is the second point of view. So this group of people talks about that space exploration should be done. They're positive about the topic. So this other school of thought believes that funds should be invested for the exploration of space, as it is crucial to attain the knowledge of the universe where we live in. So words like crucial, attain, school of thought can be used. Explanation to this topic sentence would be the investigation of space and the reach of beyond Earth's atmosphere required information, not only to increase the knowledge of cosmos, but also to benefit humanity in many ways. Now, this is the explanation that, yeah, what is the reason to the topic sentence you will explain, and then you write an example. So, example, the real-time example would be, for example, humans in 21st century are enjoying the technology because engineers in the space sector developed a new cutting-edge technologies to accomplish the goals of making products that we use every day in Earth. Air purifiers, vacuum cleaners, telecommunication, weather forecast, to name a few. So I believe now you getting the idea of taking this topic, because many of you will not have these ideas, and this is the real-time example that is jotted down here. So talking about air purifiers, vacuum cleaners, how we got to use them. We are using them in our day-to-day life. So this is something related to our everyday life. So according to them, according to this point of view, this group of people, investment should be done on space exploration so that we can get advantage to it in the 21st century, right? So that is the another point of view of people. Now coming to your point of view, whether you go on to the positive side or negative side, that's up to you. Now, please write it in the comment section which side you wish to take. Are you at the positive side? Do you think that investment should be done on the space exploration or exploring the space? Or do you think no, it should be spent on some other good purposes? So, what is your opinion on this? Please write it in the comments section. Now, as a sample response, in the opinion, again, you will write the topic sentence. Without any doubt, you will explain it, and then you write the example to it. So, how to write the opinion, the topic sentence says that I believe. So, if you remember in the introduction, we written in my opinion. So, to change that, there we do not have to repeat the words. So, I believe is written here. Even though, so this is supposed to be used in your writings, even though, if although, to make a good sentence, even though space exploration provides crucial knowledge about our planet and the universe, we should spend first on the basic needs of the people or of the citizens. What is the explanation to it? Although it is true that space exploration would bring many advantages, it is time to put an end to world problems like poverty. Evidently, an enormous amount of money is spent on space exploration as opposed to helping the millions of people in need. Now, explaining the example here. As an evidence, around this much $1 million were spent when Neil Armstrong became the first human who landed on moon. This is a real-time example. You must be aware about it. So another this much $1 million were spent in 2015 for the space exploration. So imagine how much money was spent on exploring the space. So this could be, I mean, even half of this could be spent on such countries. So I believe their purpose would be solved. Let's look at the conclusion. Now, conclusion will always agree to your point of view. Let's see what the conclusion should be. Here, we are not going to explain anything. We'll simply write 2 to 3 statements, lines in the conclusion. In conclusion, even a fraction of the money spent annually on space exploration could save millions of people in poverty stricken countries. On that account, we must prioritize the needs of our human race. Now, again, the highlighted words you can write and use them in your essays. So that is all about the conclusion, wherein you'll be writing 1, 2, or 3 sentences, not more than that, because we are not going to explain. We are just simply writing the opinion here. I mean, we are summarizing it. So this is the whole essay. That's how it looks like, the essay that I've explained about the space exploration. Do not forget to mention in the comments section what is your opinion on this type of question. By any chance, another thing I wish to talk about is, by any chance, if you think that you're falling short of time when you're writing a task 2, you can always merge your conclusion and your opinion together. So you can write in conclusion and then you can start writing your opinion. In conclusion, I believe, then you write the topic sentence, explain it, and then you write the example. You can certainly do that if you're falling short of time. but it is advisable to write it in the separate paragraph so that it is more clear to the examiner. So instead of missing the conclusion, if you are falling short of time, please merge it with your opinion. All right, these are the words I was talking about that you can use and understand the meaning of it. And many times we tend to forget the synonym and what are the other things that we can write instead of repeating. Some people believe, some people think this and that. So here are a few sentences or the words that you can use. It is often argued that, many people believe that, it is commonly or widely believed that, some people think that. So we are looking the synonym for this particular phrase. Some people think that, it is often thought that, it is considered by many that, many argue that, some people support the opinion that, while others agree. So this is the other, on the other hand, what people think, you can write this. This essay agrees that, so whether you agree or disagree, you will write this particular thing in order to start with the sentence. And if you're writing your opinion, in this particular essay that we discussed today, you will write, I believe, or in my opinion, that you can start a sentence with. It is clear that certainly you can write that. Moreover, however, furthermore, these are the words that will connect your sentences. Even if you wish to mention some contrast or contrasting figures or examples or explanation, you can certainly use it with the help of however, on the other hand, in contrast, in comparison. These are the words you can use. And when you wish to connect your sentences, instead of using and, you can put moreover, furthermore. I believe this will be really informative for you all. So try using these phrases, words, vocabulary in your essay and understand them first. The other phrase is, it is therefore agreed that. If you wish to write example, you can write a prime example, for instance, as an evidence, as per the recent survey conducted by so-and-so newspaper or so-and-so television channel. So you can commence your example with that way as well. Despite this, in spite. So these are the words that you can always use in the essay. Okay, now coming to the practice time, I would like to give you this question, and please comment in the section that what are your opinion, what are the vocabulary you will use, vocabulary words that you would use for this particular type of question. So the question says, some people think that parents should teach children how to be good members of society. Others, however, believe that school is a place. So there are two groups. One group of people believe that parents should be responsible, and the other group of people believe that school should be responsible. For what? Now you need to underline the key point. What is the topic of this statement that you should concentrate throughout your essay, and which opinion you will take, what stand you're going to take, and please write it in the comments section. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching it. Hope this lesson will be really useful for you. Please like it and share it to the students who are looking for help, for guidance from us. And please comment it in the comment section. So not only share it to the students who are looking for, please share it to as many people as you can, because this will really help them in achieving good scores. Thank you so much for listening. You have a great day. Bye.